Well, EA Skate has now finally come out, and honestly, I really don't know what to think about it. Pretty much every post I've seen online about this game refers to it as Skate 4, and unfortunately, it is not Skate 4, and it never will be. If you are a fan of the gameplay mechanics of the Skate games, then you are kind of in luck because they're pretty much there. There's a few differences, but when you're actually on a board, the skating is almost identical to any other Skate game, which makes the game kind of decent for a massive sandbox as which it's advertised as and what it plays as. But to me, there's just something missing about it. It's missing that gritty Skate feel. Okay, you're probably thinking, what do you mean by this Skate gritty feel to it? Well, Skate 2 was my favourite Skate game, and that's because it was in the streets. It felt rough, it felt like the Skate culture. Skate 3 was still pretty decent, however, it had this whole unrealistic... Before we get into it, the word unrealistic, I know Skate is not realistic. If you want to play a more realistic game, play something like Session. That is a bit more realistic and it is more gritty. But Skate 3, it was bright, it was vibrant, it was a little bit too cartoony, and it lent towards it, and it still worked. It still had some of the grit, it still had some bone breaking stuff. Bones breaking, it had bones breaking, whereas unfortunately the new Skate, there's no bone breaking. It is very, very, I'm not even going to say PG, it is very it is super kid friendly, which in a way, fair enough, let more kids play the game, get more kids into skateboarding. But it is also a realistic expectation of what the skate culture actually is. And if you don't know me personally, you're probably wondering, what do I know about skate culture? Well, I am a skateboarder. In fact, pretty much 90% of the videos that are going on in the screen in the background right now, I filmed. And if you don't believe me, I can skate. Well, okay, I'm just going to show people that I can kind of skate. And then I'll give him a nollie free. Right, we'll try one more drink. Should it revert? I hope that clears some of it up for you. I wasn't actually going to put anything on the video like that of me skating originally, but then I seen IGN wrote a review about this game, and the people in the comments were, well, do a kickflip and then come back to me. I just thought I'd give you my proof that I can do a kickflip. Yes, it's not the best kickflip in the world, but I can kickflip pretty consistently. I am super conflicted on this game, so before you start leaving nasty comments on me saying, oh, it's because you can't play it, you can't do this, I can play the game, I'm pretty decent at the game. While I play games, I see things with a proper reviewer's perspective and I weigh up pros and cons. And on this one, you probably can't see on the camera, but the list of cons goes far on, and I had to just stop writing and leave it there because there was a hell of a lot more cons than there were pros. The biggest pro to this game is 100% the gameplay mechanics. I did not think I would like it because I struggled to play Skate 3 after playing Session and Skater XL a hell of a lot, like a stupid amount of time playing them games, because I loved it. I loved the whole new control schemes of the triggers being, you know, to turn and stuff. In fact, one of the first videos on this channel was many years back, and it was a comparison to Session and Skater XL before Session, or before, well, I don't think any of them were actually out. They were both in early access at the time. But luckily Skate is super beginner friendly, and it just clicked with me like that. After about an hour, I had the controls down and it was back to normal. It was back to playing Skate again like I used to play it back in the day on the 360. But to counteract that positive statement, one of the most negative statements I have is the skate culture. You can see here it is, you know, it's nitty gritty. It's just a couple of lads having a laugh, just chilling out. And it's proper made this completely kid friendly, and they've even changed some of the terms in the game, which drives me mad. So any skater knows that when you're pushing on the skateboard with your foot at the back of the board rather than at the front of the board, that's called pushing Mongo. On this game they refer to it as pushing wrong foot. I'm not about that. Oh. And don't get me started on the character dialogues, and oh my gosh, it is so corny, it's ridiculous, and everybody sounds like they're talking so robotic. So make sure you do that kickflip. It's cool. It is just so... Yeah.
absence makes my ram feel fonder.
I'm sorry, the anger is making me go on a bit of a tangent there, but if you compare it to something like Skate 2 or Skate 3, you have proper cameramen that follow you around. It's classed as like a cameraman, and that's like your camera angle, and it's supposed to be like a filmer following you, and that's pretty cool. I like that. It's nice and raw. It's got that raw feel to it. On this, you have an AI robot called V, which is just very annoying. In the older skates, when you slam or you wreck out or something like that, oh damn, that's gnarly, dude, is that okay? Like, people asking you things. It's like a genuine sort of vibe of when you're out and you're skating and someone slams you, like, oh damn, you alright, you good? On this, you have V just going, oh, it looks like this isn't your day today, or just something along those lines. It is so corny. I can't stand it. With a massive list of negatives, I'm still trying to make this like a fair video. I'm weighing out pros and cons. The art style of this game, when I first seen it and I thought this is very Fortnite looking, I didn't like it at first glance. After playing it a bit longer, it's grown on me, and I've got to admit that I do quite like the art style now. I didn't like it at first, but I do now. Once you've got more clothes for your characters, the customization is reasonably decent. I chose a female character because I really didn't like the look of any of the male like default skins. They just didn't feel right, they didn't look right, so I chose a female character, and you know what, she's pretty cool. I've grown quite fond of my character. Cruising the world and seeing other skaters knocking about is pretty cool. There's gestures are awesome, because you can do the gestures while you're also skating, so you can be there doing a kickflip, like pointing your fingers out in the sky. Like, it's just cool that you can do that. It's a nice little touch, so you can kind of add a little bit of steez. In fact, you've probably seen memes of it already on TikTok and stuff, of people doing the fake steez where you're skating, doing tricks with your head down. And I like the interaction with other players as well. So what you can do is you can set down I don't know what it's called, but it's like a challenge marker. So if you choose a spot, so say you found a nice bowl where you want to skate, you put this challenge marker down, and it invites other people in the area around to play and have like a challenge with you, like a battle off, like a who can get the most points in a certain amount of time limit. And that's quite cool. So you set the score, and it's nice because if other people engage, which in my case, most of the time I put it down for like a 6-player thing, and I might get 1 or 2 people joining if I'm lucky. But when people do interact, it is quite fun. It kind of gives you a little challenge, a little bit of something to do, a little dabble game. An issue I have with all skate games, not just necessarily this, is as a skater, it is quite annoying on how you get the highest points, whereas obviously in real life you do like a nice backside flip down the stairs and the judges are voting it, so that's a solid 8 or whatnot. But on this game, you have to do a kick flip, late double tray flip to get the highest points. It's the most stupid and silly the trick is, with the spins, and as many grabs, as many flips as you possibly can. That's how you get the highest points. But that's the charm of skate. Once you get used to it, that just is what skate is. But like I said, it's not a skate simulator, it's not a skate real game. If you want to play more of a similar type game, you play something like Session or Skater XL. Which, if you are on PC, by the way, I would highly recommend playing Skater XL. I personally think that is my favourite one, with mods. Without mods, it's not necessarily the best, but with mods, oh, it's so good. There's so much to do on the game. But that's a little bit off topic. We're talking about skate. Now we're going to get into the worst part of the game, and that is EA's specialty, microtransactions. You are all probably fully aware what microtransactions are, and no, they are not necessary. However, the amount of money it costs to get some simple clothing is ridiculous. You can unlock clothing with the in-game currency. I can't remember what it's called, but basically the in-game currency is the gold one, and the purple one is the one which is your real money, your V-Bucks, your whatever points are called, COD points, I don't know what they're called, but whatever your real money gets transferred into, that is your purple money. You can unlock quite a lot of clothing and stuff with the loot boxes in the game, which you use the in-game currency for, and it's quite good that you can get a large selection, but the majority of stuff are stickers and very bland clothing. So they're keeping it bland purposely. They might have a couple of good things to unlock, but they're keeping it bland because they want people to spend their real money on it. And you know what? It is a tactic that will 100% work. It always works. Always has, always will, and that is the whole point of it being a free game. And while we're talking about it being a free game, I've seen a lot of people defending this game saying, but it's free, it is free, and it's in early access. Yes, it's in early access, and yes, it's free, but being free And early access does not mean they can give you a half-baked game or a complete grind fest of a game. It's not really fair. The most profitable games in the world, well, some of the most profitable games in the world, are free to play. In fact, I've actually wrote down how much the money converts into. So for £8.99, that's £8.99, you get 1,050 purple bucks, I don't know what they're called, or for £87.99 you get 12,000. If you are spending £88 on this game for clothes, you are probably part of the problem. The missions are very, very repetitive. So the main game missions, which pop up as purple flags on the map, they are all tutorials. I've played quite a lot of hours of this game, and so far every single one of them are tutorial based missions. Like, oh, you're going to learn how to caveman today, you're going to do this today, you're going to do that today. It's okay, but it just drags and drags. The regular missions, which are like challenges that pop up on the map, some of them are quite cool and they're quite enjoyable. So you might have line ones, which I personally prefer. So it'd be like, do 4 flip tricks in a line, grind 2 highlighted benches, and grab down the stairs at the end. That is a nice little challenge, and the first few times you do them, they are quite fun, and when you get different challenges, they are quite fun. But when you play the game a day later or 2 days later, the same challenges appear, and you're doing the same missions, and most of the time they're the same, they're exactly the same, and it has the same routine. Grind the same 2 ledges, do the same 4 flip tricks, grab down the stairs. It's exactly the same. If they mixed it up a hell of a lot more, that would be so much better. Or even have the same spots but mix up the challenges a lot more, that would be better. But I've done the same mission so many different times now, and unfortunately it doesn't always work. So it might say something like hippie jump over this bench, and you do the line, you do this, you hippie jump over the bench, and then you have to kind of like skate and turn back round because it didn't register the hippie jump over the bench. And that's just kind of annoying because you have to kind of battle a lot of BS on this game, and you have to kind of work around a lot of annoying little maneuvers like that. If we're going to a kind of a plus side again, I'm gonna have to say the map is pretty nice. It's nice, big open world. Like I said earlier, it's a bit of a downside that it's too big, vibrant, and it's not more like raw street. There seems to be like ramps everywhere. You go into a rooftop, there's ramps there. There's not got the nitty gritty real type feeling. You know, like if you go to the church, for example, there's a skate park in the church. Everywhere it's got a skate park. It feels like putting down the objects, because you can put down random objects, which is good, so you can kind of build your own little skate park layout, but you never really need to, only when you have to do a silly challenge where it says gap this road at the end, and then the road is just too impossibly long. Then you might have to put down a little kicker to make sure you can gap that road in the end. The city is fun to cruise around, but it is a little bit too fake. It's a game, and I know it's Skate, and comparing it to Skate 3 again, like, you know, you've got the big dolphin thing in the middle. There's so much silliness in that game, but I prefer the raw feel of Skate 2, where it is more Skate and you actually session curbs and it's mani pads. It's I miss Skate, man. I miss the actual feel of a campaign. I miss the pro skaters appearing there. I miss the doing tricks for people to get sponsored, to get in the magazine, to move up your brand, to promote yourself, chilling with your mates, filming, getting clips, stacking clips, putting together a video part and stuff. I miss that whole raw 2000s, 90s skate feel to it, the whole raw, what skateboarding actually is, not just this cartoony AI playground. All of these negatives being said, I still play the game, and I'm still kind of enjoying the game for the gameplay, and that's because it's a mindless switch your brain off type game. There are so many negatives to give this like a high review score, and I can see why so many people are disappointed in it, because like I've said in this whole video, it's not the Skate we've all wanted. Everybody has been wanting Skate 4. They've not tried to pretend it's Skate 4, but let's be honest, everyone feels like it is Skate 4 in their hearts. That's why so many people are calling it Skate 4. Everyone wants it to be Skate 4. It's not Skate 4. and I'm very disappointed in it for what it really is. So before everyone starts hating on me in the comments, which you probably will anyway, because this game has such a strong fan base of people who absolutely love it and then people who absolutely hate it, just bear in mind that I like this game to a degree where I still play it and I still kind of enjoy this game, but it is a repetitive grind fest. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that this game will get way more monetization on it. They will probably have a battle pass type thing, a skate pass, whatever you would like to call it. And I think that will probably be a decent idea if it works the same as all the other games, because it kind of gives you something a little bit more to aim for. But if they do that, I hope they give you more missions, more something to do, which isn't the same thing over and over again. Maybe even if they do it in seasons like in Fortnite or something, where they've changed the layout of the world and there's new obstacles in there. I don't know, there might be like a spaceship, do kickflips over the spaceship or something. There might be like, if they made it cartoony so they can get as quirky as they want with that. It's not real, it's object dropper, cartoony type game, so you can do whatever they want with it. They've got, the world is their skate oyster. So if I was going to give this a review score, I know this technically isn't a review, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, and that's because the game is good for the gameplay, but once you take your nostalgia goggles off, it is just a sandbox, and that is what they've said it is. It's not more than what they've said, but it's very disappointing. They've taken a lot away from it. Like, they have cars all over the city, but you can't, what's it called, skitch onto cars where you grab onto the back of it and cruise along. What's the point in having all these cars driving around if you can't just grab onto them? There are little minor changes like that they will probably update and add to the game like it's a big feature. But the game's got like a hell of a lot more cons than it has pros. I'm going to stop this video there. There's obviously a lot more you can say on this game, but you can play it yourself because the game is free. So just download it on whatever device you're playing, PlayStation, Xbox, PC and stuff, and try it out for yourself because it's a pretty good game. Don't feel pressured into buying anything. A lot of this, people see things like, oh, I need it. They don't know they want it until they've seen something, and that's the way half the world works. That's why nobody has money these days, because everybody sees it, it's right in the eyes, and then they want it as soon as they see it. And I fully understand it because it's there, and then you get the FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, and you just need to get it. You need the latest thing and stuff, but just think before you're giving all your money to EA. Just hang fire on this. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video there. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and comment. It all genuinely does help me in the algorithms. It's Mark from Modern Tech. Thanks for watching.